Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Shadowrun Shadows, specifically part of the Rem Alternis. This week we lost Sarah, the leader of Rem Alternis, and but we're still going to keep playing. We're still going to keep entertaining you, give you a little taste of the shadows. I am your GM. My name is Aaron. You can find me at my own Twitch channel on Sundays, occasionally some other channels as well. And I'm going to go around the room, let people introduce themselves and their characters before we get started. And then I will give a little bit of a recap on what happened last time in the Shadows. We'll start with Eric.
Hi, I'm Eric the Mage. Shadowrun superfan, no particular projects. I do occasionally contribute some stuff, but it's been a while, so you probably wouldn't remember them. I play Whipper, who is a physical adept with a pink mohawk and a monofilament whip. He is a walking Shadowrun stereotype.
Awesome. That is always fun. How about you, Tagashi Jack?
Hi, I'm Tagashi Jack. I am a Catalyst Demo Team agent, and I do most of my work over with the Shadowrun Missions Online. We have a whole whack of stuff that's coming out interesting for the month of June. On top of that, there's also Origins Online, which we are having, which we are taking part in, rather, the 19th, 20th, 21st of June or thereabouts. But in general, like, look forward to it. Keep your eyes on the prize. There's good stuff coming in the month of June. Today I am playing Patho, who is a Dryad Ace.
Awesome, thank you. And Fade.
Okay, I'm Z-Fade. I am not nearly as involved as our other two friends here. Three, actually. But today I am still again playing Lady Z, the retired J-pop star, Gone Runner. Also Technomancer.
Awesome. Actually, probably should do a little bit of a plug for Shadowrun Missions Online. There is plans to do the month of June for free, so if you're looking for a little bit of 5th Ed action, you should go check it out through the Shadowcasters Network. Otherwise, we want to support our friends and small businesses, make sure everybody stays awake and open and alive. So if you've got a local game store, you've got a local artist, be sure to give them a little love and help them out as well. So last week, sorry, I'm used to running these running other games weekly. So last time we played, you were contracted by a Mr. Johnson that goes by the name Fringe. Wanted you to go into a hidden secret laboratory located near Glow City and steal a book that held some deep secrets. The run went sideways as they always do when you were accosted by gangers on the way there, and then furthermore when you went down into this underground secret lab where unfortunately a runner met his end. I believe it was the Decker.
No, it was
Mage.
What was he actually? Yeah, he was a mage. Yeah.
Oh, yep. When sort of bit it at the very end, and but you were able to finish the mission. You were able to track the book and put a serious dent in Az Technology's nefarious plans. That said, are any of the Megacorps really very good? All right, so it's been probably a week or two. You've kind of taken care of some of the business of dealing with the outcome of that, taking care of the gear he no longer needs, meeting with folks that may have known, but really collecting information that you can, just sort of getting ready for any other normal day-to-day. Each of you receives a message on your comlinks from your fixer, basically saying, "Hey, I've got a line on a gig. It is just call this LTG number and ask for Covenant. And they should patch you through." I don't know much about what the gig is, but they seemed like they needed a good mix of folks, so I'm putting the call out. Looks like it's going to be a online meet as opposed to in person. So, what do you want to do?
All right. Well, in that case, I'm going to get myself comfortable at home.
Whipper rolls out of his temporary accommodations at the Coffin Hotel and goes down and picks out some taco temple out of a convenient vending machine, and along with some soy calf, and goes out onto the street, takes a sidestep into an alley, and calls this Covenant on his comlink.
Alright.
His burner comlink.
And then you're playing Patho, Tagashi?
Yes, I am playing Patho today.
Alright. And so you just call from the comfort of your own...
Pretty much. It was more that I needed to figure out exactly what all of my social stuff that I don't get to add for the purposes of an electronic meet. There's a pile of things that I need to take off.
Okay. So when you do dial in, you see an AR overlay sort of pop up with the three of your pictures, depending on what icon that you're displaying. So kind of, I'm going to go down the line and tell me what icon yours would display. Would it be something custom, or would you be using just whatever was off the shelf in the comlink already? So I'll start with Eric again.
Whipper would use an off-the-shelf generic icon that he does know a little bit about computers, so yeah, he could put a pink mohawk on it, but that would be about it.
All right. Patho?
Patho is going to be wearing a red dress with an alternating black and silver trim, and appears as an elf with a healthy glow about her.
Awesome. And Lady Z?
Yeah, she's got this just very, very like classic, bright, vibrant just coloration and flavoring to her icon. Very similar to the imagined like J-pop kind of image. Like she's still kind of living into her childhood a bit, but like it is what it is.
So big eyes, small mouth sort of thing, or?
You know what? Yeah, let's go with that. I like that.
All right, so the fourth icon pops up. You see a dwarf with fairly frizzy hair, sort of streaks of white in the gray. Says, "Hey, thank you for meeting with me. My name is Covenant." And he kind of gives a wry grin as he smiles at you. The perceptive of you would notice the collar of a member of the clergy. Like, I have heard rumors of some of you who have worked with a compatriot of mine by the name Fringe. I wish to hire you to deliver something for me. Unfortunately, it is difficult for me to make sure it reaches its final recipient. I need specialists.
Okay.
Yeah,
Can you tell us any more about this potential final recipient?
They are not expecting the package. And it is located in a secure facility. The package itself needs care when delivery.
What kind of care are we talking?
It's fragile. There are things that could be broken in it, or or there could be issues. Feel free to make a judge intentions.
Yeah, what's the roll for that?
It's willpower, charisma.
Oh, ooh.
I think. Maybe.
Judge intentions, intuition,
Yeah.
and
So what you're saying is you want us to steal some nitroglycerin and bring it to someone you don't like and deposit it at high impact on their doorstep.
yeah, charisma intuition.
Oh, yeah, I'll definitely roll that.
I assume that Patho would be exemplary at this.
I'm sufficient. Oh, also, pardon me. That's incorrect. I have my edge box clicked on. Let me try that again. I am sufficient.
I mean, still pretty darn solid.
That's actually a roll that I can just do.
So Whipper, you kind of get the sense that, he's hiding something, but that's kind of normal for a Mr. J. Lady Z, you can kind of get the sense that when he goes on and on about like it's potentially fragile, that it's really not fragile. Like this is probably gonna blow up in your face. Patho, you're like, oh yeah, you want us to bomb something? All right, fine, whatever. And you also get the sense, Patho, that the individual, the facility is probably a corp facility, the way that he sort of will look to the right. And you can see in the corner there's the symbol of... who did I pick? Yeah, we'll pick him again. There's an Aztec symbol in the corner that he keeps looking at. You're gonna stick it to the same baddies over and over again.
Especially
no way
because
this
using
could
the
go
same
badly.
group over and over again, yeah.
So he kind of pauses for a bit. He's like, but pay is, I'm willing to pay 40,000 yen for this job. But split 3 ways should be totally fine. You can figure out how you want to split it. I'm not concerned.
Okay.
You don't have to.
I do have to warn you that the concept of package delivery does involve a certain notable shipping and handling surcharge. I don't think we are necessarily going to be capable of doing this for just 40,000. I mean, there's also applicable taxes and local jurisdiction issues. You can tell that I'm dealing with Purelator right now.
I love it. I think it's fantastic. Is anybody else helping to sort of reinforce the cost of stamps? I have to go down to the local
Whipper
post office.
will inject. Yeah, Chummer, it sounds like it's a little bit more complicated than just picking something up and delivering it off. I mean, you can get Ares FedEx or Krupp DHL to do that. We're talent here. We do stuff. If you know Fringe and he told you a little bit about us, then you should know we're top dollar here.
Not to mention, I mean, like, we don't know the weight of the package. It's fragile. With kind of an unknown situation at the destination, like there's a lot of just scary factors involved here that, frankly, 40,000 just doesn't really cut it.
All right, we got 4 more from Lady Z.
Okay,
Whipper.
I will definitely take that as an assist. Sure.
So you've got 5 on your assist.
I can take that.
The dwarf is Covenant's sort of listening in, and you as you bring up really good points, sort of nods.
Should I post edge this? Yeah, I think so.
I mean, how many are you leaving on the floor?
I have 6 successes on 21 dice. That's 15 extra dice that I get to reroll.
Yeah, it's a likely you'll get 5 more. Or
Oh no.
Roll 20 hates you.
Damn.
It does.
Oof.
Still, that's 7 successes.
I did 7
Hate to see
successes.
it.
So yeah, you are able to you make good points, and then you're like, oh, and one more thing, like don't forget about VAT. And he's kind of looking at you like, wait, VAT's in Europe. Either way, like you bring up excellent points. I'm willing to spice it up a little bit. How about if I say I'll throw in an extra 4,000 new yen, and I'll give you that 4,000 up front for any, like you said, buying additional items, getting things prepped.
Okay. Works for me.
Excellent. So the package itself, I need you to pick up from associates that I happen to have procured it from. It's located down in the Tacoma docks. You are looking for a contact by the name of Nini. She is... I'll send you a picture. She'll be located, and he gives you an address down in the Tacoma docks area. She'll give you the package. The package itself is relatively small. It's a plastic tub, currently caulked and sealed, so you shouldn't have to worry about anything there. It's already prepped and ready to go. I'll need you to deliver that to a... There's an apartment located on Council Island that I need you to deliver it to. That apartment is locked. I need you to put it under the bed. And I need it done within the next 2 days. Do you have any questions?
Seems pretty clear on this end.
Nothing that I feel comfortable asking the Johnson to his face. If you wouldn't mind turning around so that I can ask it to your back and maybe then get an answer. I just don't feel comfortable with the face-to-face. Am I asking about whose bed we're bombing?
Let's just say that
package underneath someone's bed. That's a mighty interesting Christmas gift.
Let's be clear, Chummer. We don't exactly obey the law on these missions. However, at the same time, not really interested in being on anybody's watch list or hit list. If this is going to be a nasty, fatal surprise for somebody who's very important or a group of somebody's, that is considered protected,
Nope.
I'm not sure I want to take this job up.
I completely understand. Know that you are helping the world by eliminating a threat.
That's a big sell.
Well, maybe you like to help people. I know I like to help people, which is why I'm helping you with New Yen and why I expect to remove this threat. But the address of the delivery, and he gives you the apartment address.
Okay.
Okay.
Just don't be seen, right? Easy for quality Shadowrunners.
Well, yeah.
Let's see. Do I have any appropriate knowledge skills? Shadow community or area knowledge. Yeah, that'll probably do. What do I know about Council Island? While I'm still in the area of talking to the Johnson.
Sure. Give me a roll. All right.
Okay.
You know a whole lot about Council Island and the fact that it's Nan territory. There are a number of the companies that have set up sort of mini ambassadorships for the NAN there. And so you would guess that that is what you're probably hitting. You also know that the place is fairly well guarded and secured, although it tends to be supported by the Sioux Wildcats for a lot of the high-level security. So that's going to be your HTR, but there's normal sort of Salish guards for the more mundane aspects. There's kind of a no-fly zone for drones. That type of thing, other than Salish drones.
Fun. I start making a series of mental notes.
All right. If there's nothing else, I will bow out of the call. Feel free to chat all you want.
All right.
Okay.
Down to a location in Tacoma, find a Nini, pick up package, deliver it to Council Island, place underneath bed in Long Department. Gotcha.
And I assume, of course, that he wants us to do it discreetly. So
Yeah, probably.
the person does not know that is under the bed when they jump into it.
That is correct.
That is.
So the question is, are we driving or taking a ferry?
With that, he sort of bows out of the call. He says, feel free to contact me if you have further questions.
That being said, is there a bridge to Council Island, or is it something only accessible by boat?
There's a bridge.
Or is Island one of those things like Rhode Island? It's not actually, in fact, an island.
Yeah, it's got a little bridge.
Yeah, so Council Island, if you look at the map on Roll20, it's located on the big bright line that goes straight east of the Arcology, or the Spire.
Okay.
That's the island. So that's the I-90 bridge.
Okay.
And so the I-90 goes straight through the northern part of Council Island. So there's a bridge that goes off, and then there's a bridge that goes into Bellevue. So there's two access in. In terms of ferries, there's not so much ferries, but it is a small inland lake, which you could probably rent or steal a boat to attempt to get on that way. Which you would know from the 4 successes.
Okay. Because my next question, considering that it was an island, is which one of us can drive a boat? But apparently that's less of a concern than I thought, and I am very relieved for that fact.
I bet Whipper can drive a boat.
No, Whipper does not know how to drive a boat, but
You can default to reaction.
Whipper is probably just educated to know that you probably rent a boat that has a maritime version of grid nav.
That's true.
So yeah, you've got plenty of options at this point.
Yeah. The only thing I can think of that we really need to do is just investigate, the contact we're picking this item up from, what exactly the item is, and who exactly we're delivering it to, just to make sure we don't set ourselves up for getting burned, and we know what kind of security we're going to be dealing with.
Okay, that sounds like either some matrix searching, some legwork, maybe there's some folks that you could give a call to. Just let me know which ways you want to go.
Yeah. Oof. Yeah, it kind of just depends on what route we actually do want to actually use for getting from here to there. In the grand scheme of things, I need to change that. In the grand scheme of things.
I feel kind of comfortable around the Tacoma docks. The last time I was there, things kind of went well.
Okay, well, that's good news. Ideally, this will go pretty smoothly here, but I don't know,
Who's this
whole
Nini
thing-
person?
Yeah. So the question is how do we want to cut this? I mean, we've got 2 days. Do we want to just all try to spend a day scouting things out? Like, I don't really want to show my face on Council Island if we're not, making a move just in case things get weird. But then again, looking in advance is really beneficial.
It can be.
You do know that the advanced money, by the way, is with Nini and the bomb.
Okay. So if nothing else, we've been given addresses, presumably, for both the apartment and the area that we're picking up the package. Unless we get the address to the actual package delivery also with Nini.
No, you were given that address as well.
Okay, so that is a thing that we could probably look up ahead of time so we can at least figure out, like, is it within an embassy, which is even worse? Or is it like an actual, just like a high-rise apartment building? Or is it like a townhouse? Or that's a thing that we could probably look up ahead of time, and that shouldn't be too difficult with just basic matrix search.
Yeah, that's actually a solid play. We'll do that. That way we can at least figure out our how we want to plan on getting in there. That'll give us a little bit of context to help make that a bit easier.
Nice.
All right. So I guess I'll do some quick research on the Matrix for that.
Okay.
If I can properly internet. Okay.
If you guys want, I'm assuming this DD person is fairly reputable. At least I can just go down and pick up the item from her. You research the target, the building, and the location.
Seems fair from my point of view.
I get a benefit for research while I'm in the Matrix, or if I'm hot sim.
Yeah, you get the extra dice.
Oh, sweet. Alrighty.
Especially if you're not trying to stay silent. Roll me navigation test, Whipper, as you head down there.
Okay. Should be fun. Ooh, I got 6 dice. Amazing.
It's easy to get to the Tacoma docks, but once you get in there, it's a absolute maze of stacks of container ships. Or containers that belong on ships.
Ooh. It's not too bad.
Yeah, you have no problem getting down there, navigating through to the address you were given by your Mr. Johnson. When you arrive, you find a number of sort of tall, pretty strong-looking men and women of human Asian descent. Black sunglasses, sort of standing around with SMGs. When you enter the warehouse, you find behind the desk a Chinese woman with her feet sort of kicked up on the desk. She's wearing big thigh-high boots with these massive chunky heels, and you can see that there's various sorts of colored lights emanating from the heels. She's got a pistol sort of resting across her stomach, and she's just sort of nodding off, leaning back. When the door opens, you see her head sort of pop up and look, and puts her feet down on the ground and says, so you're here for what reason?
Oh, yeah, you must be Dee Dee. I'm Whipper. Yeah. A friend of ours called Covenant said you had something.
She kind of tips her head to the side a little bit, and it's like, the name's Nini.
Nini. I'm terribly sorry. I had a really lousy connection with Covenant.
Oh, that is a shame. Yeah, I've got a package that will need to be that he asked for me to put together. Who is this Covenant? I don't know who this is.
Oh, well, if he hasn't made it clear to you who he is before he asked you to assemble something to give to me, a complete stranger, well, Yeah, I'll be fair. You probably shouldn't assemble it. Probably shouldn't give it to me, and I'll just go back and tell him that he's got to find somebody else to do this thing for him. I mean, I'm just the delivery guy here.
She kind of shrugs a little bit. Yeah, I suppose this is. What can you tell me of this contact of yours? Just so I can gain a little bit of trust.
Well, let's just say that short jokes tend to go over his head, and he might work in some kind of ecumenical field.
This does seem to be very reminiscent. I do recall, yes. And she gestures to one of these big, tall, suit-wearing clads of meat. You see two of them like bring out this tote. It doesn't look super heavy. None of them are straining over it, but it is sort of a crate that they bring out, and they set it on the ground, probably about 2 meters away from you. And you see it's got like a fake shipping label that's been sort of plastered to the top of it. There you go. Like, by all means, have fun.
Oh, I'm sure this will be fun in one way or another.
I might have need for you and your skills as well in the future if I may contact you.
Oh, I'm always open to some new employment opportunities. I warn you, I don't come cheap. However, I also have friends who also don't come cheap that can maximize the job, if you know what I'm talking about.
I am never looking for bargain basement individuals. I am only looking for the best. I hope to pay the best. But yes,
that bodes well for a future business relationship. And so Whipper will send her his burner comlink number.
She nods and says, "Excellent. Maybe next time you shall call me by the right name. I appreciate that."
I will definitely do that, Needy.
Thank you. And she sort of gives a nod, and then you see her sort of like lean back in her chair again, and she sort of starts to drift off.
Yeah, okay. Business is concluded. Whipper will manhandle the case out to the taxi.
Yeah, it's you think that it weighs probably around the order of like 15 to 20 kilo. So it's decently heavy, but nothing beyond which you could handle.
Okay, well, that's good. It's a little bit bulky. So yeah.
A little bit bulky.
He nods to the triad. I'm guessing triad guys as he heads on out.
Yeah, you notice that a couple of them have lapel pins. In fact, roll me. Do you have like underworld knowledge?
Let's see. I have ganger activities, police procedures, Seattle gangs. I'll go with Seattle gangs.
Yeah, I'll take Seattle gangs at -2, or I would take gang activity to -2. Either one is fine.
I'll go with the gang knowledge. So that's -2.
And then I'll pop over for Lady Z in the Matrix search.
No, he has drawn a blank on these guys.
Yeah, you don't recognize the lapel pin. It looks like a yin-yang symbol.
Okay, well, I'll describe it to Lady Z and Peltho when I get back, and maybe they'll know how to look it up.
So Lady Z, you pop into the Matrix and you start immediately searching. So and you don't even notice Whipper walk out the door, and you start delving into information on what's the first thing you're looking for?
I'm looking into the that address first and foremost.
Okay. Yes, at Council Island.
The Council Island address, yeah.
So you find out that is located at the main lodge on Council Island, where many of the visiting diplomats will stay on their time there.
Say the name again. The main lodge.
Yeah, the main lodge. I don't have the name off the top of my head. And so I want to say it's a Salish Lodge. Sounds right. And you know that you're able to pull up information. In fact, when you step into the host for it, which grants you some public access, you see that it's got some sample room layouts for you. It's got the prices, and it's got some additional amenities. And it looks like you're stepping into this longhouse style, like Native American lodge. And the information you're able to glean is that it's actually a 3-story hotel, considered 5-star, and is noted for its wonderful Native American cuisine and all this other information concerning hotel information. So that's what you're able to find.
Okay. Let's see here. All right. Going from here, I want to see if I can invest. I want to investigate their who does their maintenance.
Okay. Yeah. Give me another search.
Sure thing. Oops.
All right. 3 successes again. That doesn't look. Oh.
I forgot to add my hot sim dice.
Just roll me 2 more dice and we'll see. Go with that.
All right.
I don't want to take away your 3 successes on.
Oh,
On
well,
5.
what do you know?
Look at that. Oh yeah, you're able to find out who they. It looks like they've recently changed their maintenance crew, and they're going with a small little company located out of Renton that has been providing their maintenance, called the Handy Folk. You know that changeover occurred about a month ago after the last group was fired, because letting a group of shadowy individuals into a facility.
All right. Lightning never strikes twice, y'all.
Yeah, no, right?
Let's take it
We
easy.
might have got like, hey, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Go in and get another group of maintenance people fired.
I mean, of course not.
When you further searching on the Handy Folk, because you got 5 successes, so I'll just sort of carry that forward. You find that this company has been in business for about a year, but it doesn't look like a traditional maintenance company. It looks like it is a company that consists of independent contractors. And some of those have fairly odd names, like Bob Hope and Farrah Fawcett.
Oh boy. That's exciting. All right. Yeah, I think that's enough to work with here. So
Okay.
I'll hop out of the matrix.
Sounds good.
All right.
About the time you pop out of the Matrix, Whipper is probably pulling back into his. If you've set up a meet there, if you've set up, otherwise he's pulling back into his coffin hotel.
Whipper is actually going to go to the nicer end of town and rent a reasonably decent hotel room, and he will text everybody that he has found a place with a room number where we can examine the object and discuss the operations face to face.
Okay. So for your choices, how close do you want to be to Council Island as a staging point?
Not really that close. I think it's more important to be, I think a couple miles away from the road to Council Island.
Okay, so you could probably be in the north side of Bellevue, which puts you close to the Redmond Barrens as well, or you could end up in sort of downtown Seattle. Both those are...
Yeah, I'm thinking somewhere in downtown, because you get close to the Barrens, the hotels are really crappy at that end. This is going to be like a 3 or 4 star.
Okay. You probably find the Stuffer Madison Hotel, which is off of 6th Ave, and kind of a ma and pa shop. It's located, I want to say, like 4 blocks away from the Spire. That's probably a good place to sort of pull up. 11 stories tall. Has a Red Lobster on top.
Ooh, Red Lobster. Get some of that faux sushi. All right, so yeah, room 222.
Okay. I'll be there shortly.
Likewise.
All right, so anything that you want to sort of target next, or what's the plan? We'll say that at this point you're probably looking at it's probably around 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening.
Well, once everybody arrives, I'll point out the boxes. Like, that's what it is. I got it from Nini. She's Chinese. Looks like she works for some kind of Asian gang. They were wearing lapel pins. You know that gumball thing that looks like it's got tadpoles swimming in circles?
Like koi?
I don't know. I don't know how big a koi is, but it's. I think it's a gang sign of some kind, or maybe it's a corp I just never heard of.
I'm gonna pull up a picture of a yin yang, and I'm gonna say it like this.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Oh.
Yeah, she might have some jobs coming our way if this works out, so we'll see. But anyway, there's the box. You guys want to look at it? I mean, is it clear that the box will actually fit under the bed, or it's actually an item that's inside the box that needs to go under the bed?
It looks like that would fit underneath the bed.
Okay.
So it's probably I don't know, 12 centimeters tall, but it's fairly wide and broad. So it's not super tall. It's
like something you carry a stereo in.
Yeah.
So, just out of curiosity, we should probably open it up. If nothing else, our advance payment was supposed to be with Nini, and the only thing that she gave you was this box. So I assume our 4,000 cred is in the box.
I would assume so.
Somewhere Nini is smiling.
You did remember to ask for the credits, right?
Out of character, actually, yeah, I totally forgot to ask.
Yeah, you notice that the box has got like this metal stripping tape all the way around. And it looks like it's got a handle on it, and it's got 3 handles on it. And these big massive clips that will close and open.
So it's basically sealed, right? In the sense like if it's opened, you can tell it was opened.
Do you have security design? Do you have... Take a security design check. Or
No,
if anybody has it, I would take it. Police security, explosives, security procedures, perfect. You recognize that tape as specifically used for sealing things that to avoid chemical dispersion, so a chem sniffer would detect what was in the box. You think that if you had enough, if you had the right tools, you might be able to open it and then reseal it, but you would have to be able to pass a hardware test.
Okay, I reiterate that information. Opening it is probably a very bad plan. If for no other reason, then it would make our ability to get it past whatever security measures that we have to get it past that much more difficult.
Okay. Well, I didn't need that 4,000 in anyway. Split 3 ways, that's what? 1,250, 1,300 in? No. Yeah.
About
something
13,
like
yeah.
1333.33.
Repeating.
I'll tell you what, Summers, it was my bad. I didn't want to press the point because the young lady was surrounded by guys with machine guns, and I got her name wrong. So take it out of my cut.
All right. So anything else that you want to do? Do you want to head over to the island? Do you want to scope it out first?
No, that's a good question. Oh yeah, so while I was researching, I learned that the maintenance company that's handling the location we're going to is a bit off.
Okay.
It's a recent.
How?
It's a recently. They just started doing maintenance for this company about a month ago. They use subcontractors, which sure, that happens. But when they're named stuff like Farrah Fawcett, Bob Hope, Neil Armstrong, like it's kind of concerning.
Should these names mean anything to me?
Yeah, they sound like they sound like weird names, but you know, they're names.
There's a Lady Gaga on the list.
Who's that pop singer?
Oh, you mean the classical singer, Lady Gaga?
Yeah, the classical singer Lady Gaga.
I'm pretty sure
yes.
Lady Gaga's still alive with Leonization.
Goodness, I hope not.
Now she looks like Madonna now, though.
Madonna still looks like Madonna now.
Yeah.
She's also still alive.
Yeah,
Around.
So you think we might be able to infiltrate this maintenance company and go in as maintenance workers and do this thing?
I'm sure we could. I'm just kind of concerned about whose toes we might step on.
you could do a judge intentions, perhaps.
I don't have a problem with stepping on Elvis Presley's toes.
All right, fair enough.
I would say do a judge intentions, kind of like when you look at it, seeing if you can sort of discern like there's something to this.
Yeah, let's see if I can judge intentions myself. Actually, that's not a bad roll for me.
No, you,
Oh, that's a terrible roll. Yeah, I'll spend an edge to second chance that. So that's what, 4 dice left.
It's
no,
another eight.
you had 10 dice,
Oh, well, I rolled 10 dice. I'm silly.
so you
eight,
rolled
okay.
yeah.
Okay,
better.
5 successes. I'll take it.
So this smells like a honeypot. Like you've seen honeypots sort of been set up before. Like if you try to insert data, like there's a pretty good chance they're gonna spot that change. That said, you might be able to just pretend to be somebody within their list of
That's
independent
what I was
contractors, which might be easier than trying to insert. But it might also set off flags too. So
Okay.
it feels risky.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels like a trap.
So the way I'm seeing it is the only time that you would really use these kind of historical names, you're either with people that are in our line of work, or it's a sex trafficking thing. Like, this is an escort service that is sending up your Bob
Maintenance.
Hope and your Farrah Fawcett and your maintenance.
Some things need
That is
service.
definitely a take.
Somebody's going to
Oh.
be laying down some pipes, is what I'm saying here.
These pipes are clean.
So, I don't know about you gentlemen. I am not exactly inclined to that particular field of work. Now, is there anything else that's going on at the hotel at the same time? Is there any kind of special events? Is there a banquet? Is there like a convention? Well, not a convention, but I mean like a large gathering kind of going on. Like, is the event rooms, are they booked, or is that something else that we could possibly sneak in as? Maybe we're a band that is going to be performing at an event that's there, and we can get in this case as some of our equipment.
Yeah, that could fit an amplifier. Did it say if we can stand that thing on its side? Ash, let's not press our luck with that.
When Whipper was handling it and bringing it in, he noticed that it moved fairly easy. Nothing rolled around inside. It felt pretty secure. As he sort of, had to get it out of the trunk.
Okay. All right. So let's see. Information we still need are in, obviously. I guess finding out who would be a decent thing to know, I guess. Maybe it's better we don't know.
You have a room number. It's up to you. Probably
Yeah,
the
there is.
host.
Yeah, I think it's better to know more about this than less.
That's fair. What if it's someone we know?
Juan Schwedel. No.
Would it really stop you?
I mean, it depends on who it is. This is 40,000 million. I mean, split 3 ways. I mean, it's nice.
Kind of made it clear that we weren't really interested in doing a terrorist op. With the, hopefully implied that, if it was, that we would take this box and shove it so far up the Johnson's ass his mother would taste the ceiling tape glue.
That is very specific, and it bothers me that that is so suspicious. Oh, right. Diplomats and the like to stay at this place. What, the Salish
Where are we
Lodge?
heading? It wouldn't be us that's doing it. We've got Michael Jordan over here, and we've got Dennis Rodman or whoever else.
The
pick
entire
name.
Bulls
It's
roster.
not us.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Okay. Sure. All right. So,
Who says it's a bomb? Maybe it's flowers. A nice, expensive, properly smell-wrapped flowers. It's
Yeah, what is
obviously a
the,
surprise gift. It's a wedding anniversary surprise. And we wanted to keep the flowers fresh, obviously.
yeah, of course. What's this box look like anyway? Like, is it just a very unassuming box, or?
It's white plastic, sort of. Think of a Pelican case. One of the rifle style Pelican cases, but in pure
Okay.
white. So it's got screw holes in the corners so people could screw it shut. It's got some big, heavy plastic clasps that you can pop open. It's one of the watertight sort of seal ones. I think if there's anything else to sort of describe about it. It's got some stickers on it. Looks like they've added it for either by look or for it had other purposes in its past.
Okay. I wonder if we could get a room in this place.
We could try, but it probably cost us 4,000 million.
You already know the prices. So the price to get a room at the lodge is around 400 new yen.
Okay.
There is a room available. In fact, there are a good dozen rooms available.
As soon as tomorrow?
Yeah.
Could we conveniently get one on the same floor?
That is a good question. You would have to call and ask. Well, I'm a big fan of floor 2 because 2 is awesome.
It's 2 out of how many floors?
It is.
It is a three-story tall.
3 stories. Alright.
It's a kind of sprawling sort of hotel that's sort of shaped like a V. So you got a center, and then it sort of V's out.
Okay.
But it is fairly long, and it's got an underground parking garage. You would know that from sort of visiting the host. They've also got valet parking with where the turnaround is in the center of the V. The lobby of the place is pretty ornate from what you were able to see, at least from the Matrix side. But you're gonna guess who had Matrix or who had security? Patho.
I had security.
Yeah, you would guess that if it's 5-star and it's one of these places, that they've got chem sniffers at the door, they've got mad scanners at the door. They probably don't do SIN checks. If you got the money, good enough. But you would expect that they've got some pretty heavy-duty sensor suites.
Okay.
Okay. Sensors I can handle. At least for a cursory sweep of our gift here. So we get a room, and actually, you know what? I think our old running buddy is going to cover the cost for the hotel. He did have 3 Cred 6 with about 200 each on it, so I've been holding on to those just casually. So that'll give us a room and at an affordable rate that's not at cost. So that'll get us in. Then we just got to worry about getting the box in, which fine, not too big of an issue. And then just getting it from point A to point B while our guest isn't there, I guess, is the last.
Or, more hilariously, while he is there and asleep in that bed.
I look forward to seeing how you do that. But
I like your style.
I like it.
Hey, say what you want. If he's asleep, he's not shooting at us.
We will have to take a picture though, because we need to memorize that one. that would be good if we decide to go that way, which would admittedly be pretty cool, and it might score us a nice little bonus for style.
Oh god.
What's the?
Yeah, this is the can of worms that you opened. You did this, Pathos.
Yeah.
Patho.
So I'm actually now more interested to find out what kind of maintenance company is doing this private contracting with all these fake names, and if it's exactly what it is that I think it probably is. In which case, I could very easily also be a Janis Joplin.
Who?
Are you gonna call them up?
I mean, I was thinking we could just, well, I guess, yeah. How do you want to do this, Athos?
Let's see, they're
Sorry, Janice.
they're located in Renton, or at least that's what their headquarters says.
Yeah, they are located in Renton. Want to peep the warehouse or check out what it's looking like? The
We can
facility.
look, but I kind of like the idea of just getting a room and then, breaking in when the opportunity presents itself, depositing the case, and then leaving.
Okay.
It's a pretty simple and straightforward thing. I mean, the only thing that worries me about this weird maintenance company is that they may be running some kind of weird mission of their own, which will get in the way of our mission.
So what you're saying is, if the first floor has a issue requiring maintenance, and they are in fact the maintenance company that they are at least appearing to be.
So the thing is, like, we call and we order a Jennifer Lopez, and if they know exactly what you're talking about, then they're exactly what I think they are. And if they're like, "What are you even talking about? We do maintenance," then they're not what I think they are, and it's another matter entirely. And we like abort that plan. We go with something else.
Well,
So I have no problem going to get a Metalink, ordering up an Aaron Carter, and then seeing exactly what happens.
All right, go for it.
I mean,
Let's see. Let's go down this rabbit hole.
I believe J-Lo did star in Made in Manhattan, so. Are you calling him? Okay.
Call.
Yeah, you give him a ring. See if anybody's there. Yep. You get an answer. You get, "Hello, you have reached the handy folks. How can I assist you today?"
Hi. My name is Jennifer, and I understand that you guys are involved in some maintenance. If at all possible, is there a Michael Bublé that you happen to have on staff?
One
I might
moment.
be interested in that.
Let me check our we work with many independent contractors to fulfill the needs of the different corporations in the area. One moment. It comes back. It does appear that we do have a Bublé on our staffing. However, they may not be available. But for the most part, people just want to contract with us. We supply people to come in and repair their HVAC or work on the door locks.
Make up some technical terms. See if they know what they're talking about.
Okay. If we happen to have a little bit more of a particular problem with our central air system, do you happen to have someone that would know how to go and manipulate an oscillating air circulation unit?
You kind of hear this sort of hitch and goes, I am just the receptionist, so I do not know. However, we can send over a contract, and depends on is this a one-time only fix, or are you talking about something ongoing? We prefer ongoing fixes, setting up long-term relationships. This is very important to us.
And how discreet is a service that you're talking about? Because discretion is very important.
We can wear whatever uniform is required. God, I know what I want this to be, but it's going the other way.
I have a great idea for our escape plan once this conversation is done.
But we generally dress as the facility needs. We do not like dressing in the French maid outfits.
No,
But if
that
there's
can be somewhat conspicuous, yes.
no, I mean, if you have a professional set of, I mean, we have company issue coveralls if necessary.
I see.
Like,
I'm not necessarily sure that your particular company at the present time is capable of suiting my needs, shall we say.
we have specialists that can accomplish many tasks that you would think impossible. The double side of this is killing me. We, being in the service industry is very tough. And so we love setting up a professional relationship. Sort of behind the scenes.
Do you have a list of the services that are offered by your particular maintenance organization that might be differently billed as far as
I believe this would be
my
best
insurance-
done in person. At this point, I'm concerned that over unsecured lines, this would be a terrible thing to discuss. Please come on down to our office tomorrow morning. We would be happy to go over many of the options we provide.
I think I might have to do that.
Is there anything else I can help you with? It would be my pleasure.
I think that will be all right for now. Thank you.
Ta-ta!
Now, I'm not going to that place tomorrow. That was entirely too awkward.
But I mean,
I'm still not sure if they are just actually very good handymen that are accommodating, or if they are actually prostitutes that simultaneously have no idea what they're doing, or anywhere in between.
Prostitutes that are very skilled in general maintenance.
They might be, yes. Who knows? That is a very peculiar company.
I think they've provided us with a great exit strategy, though. We rent the room. We call this company, have them send 3 individuals to spec that look vaguely, that we can disguise ourselves as. As soon as they come into the room, we incapacitate them, tie them up, and as soon as we do the thing, we exit the hotel dressed like them, and we ride off into the sunset.
Now, I did also notice that they said that they will wear whatever it is that we so choose for them to wear, except for the French maid outfit. They don't like those.
I do not think Whipper would look good in a French maid outfit.
I also doubt it. But what I'm saying is, like, we could legitimately walk out with anything, including our regular gear, and say, like, oh yeah, we're part of this maintenance company, and that's just how the customer wanted us to show up this day. And, like, apparently that's what they do.
Yeah, I mean, we could very much so just pretend.
I'm quite adept at lying. I can pass this off to be whatever it is that I need it to be.
Yeah.
What's the plan?
I don't know.
I'm gonna see how long the average stay at this place is.
All right, so hack into the host.
Oh, all right. Jumping into, I'm gonna just find a place comfortable and deep there. Well, I guess it's VR is the only way. A hot sim's the only way, but I'm gonna go ahead and VR and I'm gonna hop into this sprite and actually first let's do that. I'm gonna get myself a sprite made here.
Okay. What level?
That is a good question. Let me actually get rid of the sprite that I have because that is not an active sprite. That's not what I need. Summer. Gonna go for a level. What time is it?
It's probably like 8 o'clock at this point, maybe 7 o'clock in the evening.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's go with the level 6. That's what I like to see.
Ouch.
Oh no. That is a glitch.
That is a quick
Actually,
glitch.
no, that is a critical glitch.
Yeah. This should be easy to compile. Okay. Specialization. Oh, it is going to be a cracked sprite. Perfect.
While you're doing that, I honestly think probably the simplest way to go about this at this point is just to call up a maid saying like, hey, look, we spilt a bottle of wine. Can you send up somebody to go and clean this up so that it doesn't sit into the carpet or something like that? When the maid shows up with the cleaning cart, we knock out the maid, we put the case onto the cleaning cart, we dress up as the maid or whatnot, we go down to the guy's actual like hotel room, and then we deliver it that way. And this way we're already in the building, we have the case, we have the cart that's obfuscating the case, we have plausible reason to get into the guy's apartment or unit rather, and deliver it, and Bob's your uncle. And if nothing else, if you couldn't bypass the locks, I'm sure the maid also has like the mag key that gets into everything.
Y'all are hackers, right? Just hack the damn door.
I'm just saying if it wouldn't
Hack
work.
the cameras so they're all
Oh yeah,
spoofed.
we could do that.
They don't show nothing that, don't show us. I mean,
Yeah.
So you were able to compile
hackers hacking.
Yeah. I'm just trying to.
a level 7 sprite with
Ooh.
4.
All right. Cool. I'm just trying to remember. Willpower and fucking resonance. Duh. So that's what, 10 dice.
Yep, that'd be 10 dice.
All right. 2DV resisted. And registers it'll take me 7 hours.
Well, it depends on when you plan on getting a room, right? You have 2 days.
We have 2 days, yeah. Like 2 days in addition to today.
You had met. It was 2 days total. So.
Okay. So we met the Johnson, so we have to have it finished by tomorrow.
+1.
+1. Okay. Yeah, we got plenty of time. All right.
You tell everyone, hey, I got a good sprite. I'm going to compile, so see you in 7 hours.
That's exactly what's going to happen. Hey guys, I'm just doing a little bit of pre-work here, and I will. I'm going to just be over here for the next 7 hours, and yeah.
All right.
Enjoy your nap.
Yeah, let's call it a nap.
It's all tech speak to me. I don't know what the hell he's
I
talking
believe
about.
registering is against twice its level.
Yeah, it's a big, it's a lot of dice to go up against, and I will be edging Is there a way to just? Is there? Oh, there is. Edge. Because yeah, I definitely want to get as much out of this registering roll as I can. Please be with me.
God.
I'm okay with this. Level 7.
Roll20 hates me, and I'm okay with that. Like, you guys.
You know what? It's just gonna swing around the other way soon enough. So
Yeah. Yeah,
once it goes bad, it's gonna go
work.
bad. I'd prefer you do much better on the negotiation and all the legwork stuff at the beginning that we get no information, and then just have a smooth sailing, easy run when your dice just crap out at the end. Not the other way around.
That said, you now have a registered, like, 7 crack sprite with a boatload of services.
Yeah. That's what, 10? Because it takes 1 to register. And I got 7 hits. Oh, no, 5. So 5, so 8.
Well, we had originally 4, and you had
Uh-huh.
5 net successes.
Uh-huh.
You
And
take
then minus
minus
1 because, yeah.
So 4 and 4.
Another
Yeah,
4,
eight.
yeah.
4, 4, 8. Sweet. Oh, yeah. That's plenty services for my beautiful hacks. That'll be good. All right.
But you will take 1 stun by the look of it.
Yep. I'm going to resist that.
Oh
No,
no!
you already resisted. You
Actually,
resisted
the
1
other
of
way
the 2.
around. The
What's
incoming
that?
fade resist was 6 times 2. What?
I think that's wrong.
I must be wrong.
But I see a fade resist die of 1.
Oh, it rolls the
It does it for you.
auto
Yeah.
rolls on this end. Okay.
Yep. And
That's
so you get you take 1 stun.
all right. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm not sure where it came that 6 times 2.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
That's
I
weird.
think that's automatically rolling what my dice pull for
Yeah.
you.
Yes.
Oh, maybe.
That's what it did. It automatically rolled the sprites in, which I don't
Oh,
think
yes.
as much.
But
No,
because
I am perfectly fine with it taking the GM's roll and not what it says the GM should have rolled, because that's much more beneficial. But yeah, that's what it is showing.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
so we can eat what we want, which I'm gonna go with. Yeah, you resist all but 1.
Perfect.
All
The
right.
fade.
That hurt a little bit.
But you have 8 services.
I have 8 services, which are going to come in handy now and later. So yeah, while y'all are, while I'm napping.
What are y'all doing? The rest of y'all. I
Hmm.
mean, it's evening, so I mean, either you can do some recon, maybe you can call contacts, maybe just chill out at the Red Lobster.
Well, Whipper will get some towels from the bathroom and very, very carefully wipe all the fingerprints off the case. So his fingerprints are off of it, as well as any random Chinese person or other team member. Then he'll go downstairs and go shopping, see if there's any suitcase that will cover this.
Okay.
And make it look a lot less technical.
Right. At the same time, you did say that there is a room or rooms that we could possibly rent at the actual location.
Mhm.
I could go there right now. We don't need to do it for another day and a half or something like that. I can go and rent the room now, and this way I at least have on-site lay of the land on top of our previous Matrix stuff. So that's something that I can do over the next 7 hours. At least know what the hotel looks like, what our room looks like, probably an idea what the target's room looks like, figure out how far it is that our like the room that we get from the target's room is, so we can actually plan our route through the building if necessary. I'm going with that. That works for me.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you are able to. So you call them up, say, "Hey, I need a room." They say, "Absolutely."
Yep.
Will you need a temporary work visa or not work visa, but a visa to visit to enter Nan territory?
I don't know how restrictive Nan is. As I'm just being a visitor for tourist purposes, do I still like? Is it completely prohibited? Or
We treat the island as very restricted, and so yeah, you would require a tourist visa in order to visit the island.
then yes, this is something that I would need at this point.
Okay. Please just supply your sin details, and we will apply that so that you may pass over the border. The border check is located just off the main exit off of I-90.
I supply him with the fake SIN details for a Mr. Jack Hamilton. It is a rating 4 SIN.
Excellent. We will gladly issue that. I assume you'll be coming in tonight since you have the room for tonight?
I can be there within roughly an hour and a half.
Okay, that is perfect. That gives us plenty of time to submit this to the local authorities.
Wonderful.
Excellent. And do you require anything waiting for you upon your arrival?
What kind of beverage service does your hotel serve?
We have a full staff of at our bar, and our bar will be open until 2 a.m. tonight.
Okay. Would it be possible to have a bottle of champagne, dealer's choice, with 2 champagne flutes and a dinner of lobster with appropriate side dishes? From what I understand, my companion very much likes shellfish.
Oh, absolutely. That will not be a problem. Apply this to your final bill.
Certainly.
Excellent. We look forward to your visiting us this evening. If there's anything you need, feel free to give us a call. But otherwise, we will have that waiting for you in your room in 2 hours' time.
Thank you. It is much appreciated.
So you're getting 2 nights?
Yeah.
All right. So that's 800 new yen plus whatever additional incidentals you decide to incur.
They're probably going to be more than the 800.
I kind of figured. All right. That makes it probably a good pause point because I need to use the facilities. So let's take a 5-minute break and then come back.
Sounds like a good idea.
Okay.
All right. So perfect. I'm going to cut it over to the wait screen, and we will be back in just 5 minutes. Welcome back. If you're just catching up with us right now, we are trying to deliver a package to Council Island. That package, the team has already discerned, is probably of an explosive nature, and needs to be delivered to one of the rooms at the main lodge. They've already picked up the package from a woman of Asian descent, located down in Tacoma, and are now planning their way into the hotel. All right, team. What's the plan?
All right.
So I have just rolled a disguise. That is to reconfigure my face into a different personality. So I am taking on the visage of a Jack Hamilton, and I am deepening my voice to no longer be the regular Patho, the Dryad woman, but as to throw myself off as a man, as I will be crossing the border checkpoint to go into the Council Island to check out my hotel room that I'm paying for, apparently.
Whipper will go down to the tourist shop and buy a Seattle Mariners baseball cap and stick it over his pink mohawk.
You probably feel a little bit like, man, I'm hiding the awesome. with his hat.
Exactly.
And so you have distinctive style, correct?
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't.
But I don't in game terms, but in actual terms, yes. As I think about it, it's kind of hard to get away from.
I technically do have distinctive style.
What is your distinctive style?
Distinctive style has been granted to me because of my racial quality of having glamour.
Ah, so you always have a glamour on, and you cannot have it off.
Well, it is an inherent property of being a dryad. All dryads have glamour, which also gives you the distinctive style of the fact that you have glamour, which just makes your social stuff better and makes you kind of glistening. Yes, I am the Twilight vampire of the Sixth World.
Well, the negative is if you try to dampen it down, then you take minuses. But it doesn't seem like Patho would be interested in dampening their glamour.
Why would I?
I live glamorous all the time. All right. So yeah, you're able to find a ball cap. You attempt to do your best to make you look less like a Shadowrunner and more like, woo, Seattle, woo. And
not a Shadowrunner, you're a tourist.
I'm a tourist. Can't you see? Tourist. And he has a shirt that's stenciled on tourist. That's if you crit click. And then in terms of Patho, you're definitely able to easily make yourself look like that sin that you have, matching it easily.
Perfect.
You go over to the hotel. When you enter in, any illegal gear are you bringing?
That is a good question. I'm not, well, I don't even think false face is illegal. It might be. I don't remember.
Oh, that's an adept power, isn't it?
Nope, false face is cyber.
What grade?
It does not have a grade.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so it's just normal grade.
Oh, in that case, no, it is used grade in this case. It does not have a rating, is what I thought you were getting at.
Oh, sorry.
No, it does not have a rating.
Yeah, I was aiming at like Omega wear, Alpha wear, used wear.
No, in that case, it's used.
Okay. Gently used.
Previously owned.
Yes. New to you. All right, so yeah, I want to say false face is restricted, but it might be forbidden.
I'm going to go and double check that. Actually, it's either one or the other. It's at best restricted.
Yeah. But you're not carrying any weapons. It would just be the cyberware.
It's just the cyberware, what I can't exactly remove from my own person. Yes. I put my face comes off. No, we're not doing a Nick Cage movie now.
Or Nick Cage. So yeah, you are. Yeah, it is a little bit gross. Secondhand faces. I'm not sure I could necessarily handle that. I made sure that the person I got it from they were very clean. So yeah, you reconfigure face. You'll let me know on that one. Fade is currently deep in the matrix, attempting to make sure that sprite is solid. Whipper has gone off to buy some disguise gear. Otherwise, I guess we're down to dealing with the face. Literally the face.
False face is restricted.
Okay. Do you have a license for it?
I believe I do.
Awesome. How about allergy season? Oh.
Would not be an issue for my character. Oh, actually, it is. I have an allergy to shrimp. Why did I order the lobster?
Somebody's not eating lobster tonight.
No, that's what the bottle of champagne is for. The lobster is, I guess, for Whipper.
Throw it. There is a fridge in the hotel, so you are able to stick it in the fridge. So yeah,
I don't want to imagine the next day when the maid comes in, there's just a lobster in the fridge because reasons.
So yeah, you enter in. There is a security guard standing in the lobby. You notice.
Okay.
Dark coarse hair, fairly tall, lean-looking. Wears a uniform that looks sort of like a traditional um, Native American style, but looks like it's using modern manufacturing techniques. You can see that there's a bow across his back, but he also is carrying a pistol on a holster. A quick, easy look at the doorway, it looks thicker than normal, so you're guessing that immediately upon entering the facility, you're passing through a scanner. When you come in with the with the false face,
Yes.
you hear a little chirp, and you see the security guard sort of like tense up a little bit, and then you see him sort of relax as he glances at the sin that's associated with it and the associated license. When you walk up to the main concierge, so the main room is massive, and it has this sort of rustic feel to it. The big, massive timber beams that go across the top. You can see that there's a balcony that overlooks the main lobby area, so the second floor can look down on the lobby as well as the third floor. There's this massive wood and antlered chandelier sort of hanging in the center. And you've got this, again, rustic sort of desk against the back. And you see 2 or 3 people back there sort of coming and going, basically check in and check out. When you come in, they wave and greet you. You see there's a concierge desk off to the side. Yeah.
The concierge, do you mean like the front desk clerk, or like
A separate concierge desk to aid you in things that aren't check in and check out.
Okay.
Like
help you find a good restaurant, parking space, tourist activities.
Yep. Perfect. No, I guess I will scan the room and try and commit to memory as best as I can the layout from how it has been described, and I will go up to the front desk and announce myself like, "Good evening. I am Mr. Jack Hamilton. I had called a little bit earlier this evening about making a reservation."
Yes, we have your room already prepared for you, Mr. Hamilton.
Wonderful. Thank you.
One moment, and so they gesture to you in. You can see on your comlink the authentication code for the room. Just feel free to scan at the door to your room. You'll be able to get in, and it tells you the room number. It's attached, and it would be on the second floor. You know that it's on the same floor as your target, but it is on the other side of the main elevator core.
Correct me if I've maybe misunderstood. You have previously described this hotel being shaped like a V, right?
Yep.
I can imagine when you say main elevator core, it goes up by like that the point at that V, and it moves up. So I'm on less like on one side of the V structure. And okay,
yep.
So perfect. Well, not perfect for our purposes, but I understand what you mean. Okay. So I will go to my the room that I have rented.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, you find the room. The room is fairly large. It's got a large bed, also has a couch, and a jacuzzi tub.
Okay.
But yeah, you're able to settle in. Half an hour later, sure enough, there's a knock at your door. There is someone in the livery of the hotel, the sort of green and brown outfit, very well tailored. The person's a little on the short side, kind of nods deeply as you says, "Room service. The things that you had called for are here. Let me just wheel the cart into your room."
Thank you very much.
Yep, wheels it in, sets it aside, bows again, and then sort of backs out of the room.
Okay. I immediately open and start drinking from the bottle. I'm not going to need the champagne fluids at this point. I call up Whipper. Whatever you want to wander on by, your lobster's here. I'll simultaneously, or just thereafter, I'll start sending messages to Lady Z, who I assume, even though you are currently compiling your sprite, I assume you're in VR in the process, you can still get and respond to comm messages? Or messages that might be received by your living persona?
It is unclear from the rules, so we'll say yeah, but it's probably slow as Lady Z's digging into registering.
Yeah.
I will by text start detailing, this is the general layout of the building, this is how the front hall looks like, this is the kind of security at the entrance that you can probably expect. The same kind of description that I received when I came into the building proper.
So, Whipper, what are you doing? Because you're the one that's probably the most free right now because of compilations.
Yes, and I've heard a little bit about Council Island. I'm not terribly thrilled at the prospect of going through various levels of security. So I have done some shopping, which would hopefully distract people from some of the illegal gear that I will be attempting to carry across the border.
Tell me about that illegal gear. Also, you're bringing the package with you?
Yes.
Did you find what are you putting it in? Or are you just going to carry it as the Pelican?
Large rollaway suitcase, you know, the really big ones.
Okay.
But kind of nice, you know, good quality synth leather.
Yeah, you're able to find pretty much off the shelf a really nice roller bag. It's a tight fit. You can get it sort of wedged in. It looks a little bit awkward, but yeah, you're able to get it in there.
So yeah, stick it in there. I'll stick some of the more egregious illegal gear, like my Colt America and my grenades, underneath it, and assorted dirty laundry. Might even buy some clothes off of some homeless person that does not smell particularly well, and layer those on top.
You're using the dirty diaper technique for obfuscating illegal gear.
Yes.
I have a bag full of dirty diapers. Do you want to go through it to find the gun?
I'm assuming that the case itself is really hard to scan through, so.
All right. So you would know that Patho had kind of said, like, hey, by the way, at the off-ramp, they do a visa check, as well as basically a pretty stiff border check. How do you plan on getting by the border check?
Well, that's a good question. And I have the answer with some of the shopping that I've done.
Okay. Patho, did you get him a work visa? Or not a work visa, a tourist visa? You're on mute.
No, it's push to talk. It helps if I press buttons.
Yeah.
No, I only got the visa for myself.
Okay, fantastic.
I will relay the information that I went through to go and get the visa, which is a simple process. They handled it through the hotel. Or I'm sure you could probably find a coyote that'll be able to smuggle you onto the island yourself, if you were so inclined to do so.
All right. So Whipper, getting a taxi to go to
Yes.
Council Island.
Yeah. So at Council Island, he presents his fakes in for William Murray.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm Bill. I'm here to attend the funeral for my stepmother, she who strangles moose.
They look confused. Mr. Murray, we checked your visa. You don't have the ability to come on the island. Did you not go through the process?
There's a process.
Oh, absolutely. Like this is a border crossing, sir.
Oh man, well, maybe you can help me with the Matrix site I need to go to do that.
All right. I will need you to make a contest.
Okay. And actually, he has con. So
Moose strangling.
All right.
Moose strangling?
She who strangles moose. Isn't that a common name?
No.
In fact, you said no.
I did not get 30 successes.
I was gonna say.
I got 3 successes. And they're like, wait a second. You don't belong on this island.
Well, obviously. She's just my stepmother. I'm not Native American, but she was, she meant the world to me for the brief time that she was my stepmother.
Yeah, we'll help with you. Please step out of the car and come visit this shed over here.
Okay,
we'll have to examine your goods and equipment.
Okay.
So you notice that there are 2 of them. There are also 2 sort of floating drones, kind of sitting off to the side. And so one of them will basically escort you to the waiting room. The other one will start to pull the bag out from the back trunk to sort of investigate it. You see him pull a wand out of his back pocket. Not like a magic wand, but like one of those bigger wands.
Yeah.
I forget. I have to clarify that in this world.
We've been down that rabbit hole several times so far this mission. It's perfectly fair that it needs to be clarified.
So yeah. So he, you see him start to scan over it. You give me a palming roll as when you had packed your bags to see if you could get things adjusted in a way that you would believe that would cause a disruption.
All right. I am going to pre-edge this.
Are you carrying any illegal gear on your person?
I freaking hit the wrong button. Well, I got 1 6, so let me just re-roll that. Man, that sucks. Okay, so.
Were you carrying any illegal goods on your person as well?
I had the monofilament weapon in a concealed pocket of my greatcoat. It's like -3. The way it's tailored. Modifier for concealability.
Okay, and then roll a palming on your. I already took the -3 for the pat you down.
Jesus Christ! I have to post edge that. Jesus fucking Christ!
It's always the hard bit is getting onto the island. Once you're in there, it either goes loud early or later. You get to take your pick.
So that's 2 points of edge down just to get onto the frickin' island.
So yeah, you are able to get onto. So you can see the guy. He pulls the case out. He runs the wand over it, unzips the main, sees the pile of dirty bum clothes that you layered on top. The smell. He kind of goes. You see him like not physically like retch, but like there's that slight like worn odor, and he's just like, and then zips it back up really quick to kind of hide the smell. Sensor never dings, and then his buddy pats you down. He goes and starts going down the area where the whip is, and you notice him start to slow down. But you say something to the guard, and he answers the question when he goes back and finishes his pat down. He completely goes the rest of the way and doesn't go back to that area. So he's like, well, I mean, it seems clear, but sir, we're not buying the fact that you're going for a funeral. While you were there, we did a check. There is no moose woman who has died, and there's no funeral for this.
And he froze up.
No.
Oh, he's back.
Welcome.
Oh, God.
I can see my internet is flaking.
Okay.
Okay, am I back?
Yeah.
Okay. So basically says, like, we did a check for funerals. What you told us was a load of baloney. Sorry, but while you are not doing anything illicit, whatever reason you're trying to get on this island, we're not buying it.
Okay, listen, Chummer. I mean, it's kind of stupid. Let me show you the bag. And so Whipper goes over to the bag. He opens it up, and he moves aside the smelly clothes. And there's just row after row after row of sex toys. It's like, I got these degenerates. You know, I don't ask questions. I shouldn't even say degenerates. I'm not going to judge. I mean, I do some freaky stuff too. You know, it's like it just. I tell you what, just let me on the island. Deliver these things, get it done. You know, I give you 3,000 new yen.
All right. Roll me con, and I will give you 6 extra dice.
All right.
Are we in full Corona mode?
No, I'm going into the anonymity mode. I don't want to be associated with a guy smuggling sex toys underneath all of the dirty laundry.
Yeah, that's gonna leave a residue.
All right. So you're. So he's like, oh. I mean, you're still gonna need a visa. I guess we can get you a Boeing FedEx visa to make the delivery. It's only valid for the next 6 hours, however.
I think that'll be sufficient.
And you see the other guard kind of look and go like, I think I've got one of those. That's the Horizon branded one, right? Like, those things are fantastic. Work out any king.
I don't know. I only work with the Seder Krupp version.
Oh.
They got the spikes on the end.
The dragon tail. So at that point, like, the awkward conversation sort of moves aside, and yeah, the one guy's face is like, you can tell, like, he blushes as the other guard is kind of chatting sex toys with you. And so you can tell, like, the one is trying to hurry the other one up. Like, just let him through. I don't want to deal with this anymore. And so yeah, they quickly flag it to the SIN that you provided. And what rating sin did you provide?
4.
Okay. And so you are able to get through.
All right. So I may have to leave early, guys. And you may have to do this on yourself, depending on how fast we do this. But 6 hours, you know.
You'll probably be cutting it close because at that point, I think Fade is still looking at about 5 to 6 hours left on the compiling.
Oh, geez, yeah.
Is it because it's a 7-hour compile?
It's a 7-hour compile, yeah.
I'm sure you could always swim back to shore, right?
Just don't
And
get
people
caught.
overstay visas all the time. It's fine. Just, yeah, don't get caught.
I had considered the taxi driver failing his sin check. It had crossed my mind. I was like, no, I'll let him do it all on his own.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got 2 on the island. That said, you're gonna have to get through the hotel as well. So let's do the hotel. So you take the taxi ride to the hotel. The taxi driver sort of pulls up. You get out of the back door.
And I call up and say, "Hey, can you ring me into this hotel?"
Okay. Is there any kind of a phone that's in the unit, or is it still just based off of my comlink? Well, I guess my comlink does also have the my room pass that's associated with it as well, right?
Yeah, it would be through your comlink.
Okay, so I'll use my comlink to call down to the front desk.
Hello. How can we help you?
Hi, this is Jack Hamilton at insert room number here. A friend of mine, who's I don't remember the sin name that's
Bill Murray.
associated.
Bill Murray.
Mr. Bill Murray is arriving in just a moment. If you could see to it that he is unobstructed and allowed to, or at least shown in the direction of my hotel room, that would be appreciated. Thank you.
Absolutely. We will provide him directions.
Thank you kindly.
All right. So
what extent did you provide? I forgot.
I am Mr. Jack Hamilton.
Mr. Jack Hamilton. Yes.
All right. So you roll through that massive sensor array. I'm going to increase the difficulty of my roll based on 1, based on that big box. So current threshold is 3. All right, every light in that sensor array goes off as you roll that tote in.
Jesus Christ.
I rolled 8 on 8.
God damn it.
At that point, that guard goes into holy crap mode as everything goes off. Like, you set off everything. His gun comes out of the holster. He's got it pointed. And he's like, "Stand down!" He starts yelling, and you notice like the whole lobby, like suddenly, like the other tourists in there start to like duck down behind chairs. The hotel staff sort of drop below the level of the desk.
And I send a DNI up. It's like, I need some hacking assistance. And I raise my hand and I look up around like somebody else has got a gun. What the fuck?
The guard is like, "I need you to go back through the scanner," and he just points to you.
Me?
Yes, you. You set off our alarms. You are in trouble, sir.
Oh, okay. And so he pushes the bag
Nope,
out.
leave the bag.
Door. What?
He said, leave the bag.
Oh, okay. And so I leave the bag.
All right, you bow back through. All you've got on you is the monofilament.
Yes.
Oops, I just rolled holy crap again. You don't set off with just the monofilament. And you watch. He's like, I'm gonna check this bag, and he rolls the bag back through. See if I.
And before he does, like Whipper's like, wait.
He starts to, and he's like, what?
It's very, very delicate stuff. Do not treat it roughly. And I am hoping that someone will frickin' hack that motherfucking scanner.
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
The timing did not work out well on that one. So yeah, he's like, okay, I'll roll it carefully. I mean, you came striding in here pretty fast.
That's because I know what I'm doing.
And he pushes it back through, and the lights go off again. He's like, you are hauling illegal gear.
No, it's not illegal gear. It's perfectly legal gear.
I'm sorry, but we're going to need to investigate that.
Okay. Can we do it in a private space? Because it's kind of private.
Roll me con or etiquette. I'm trying to figure out. No, you're trying to con him, so we'll roll con.
Okay.
You see him sigh. He's like, yes, we can do this in a private area. If you'll follow me. And he grabs the bag and he starts rolling it towards towards one of the back rooms, behind the security desk, or the front desk. And do you follow him in?
Yes.
Okay. When you get in there, you see him lift the bag up on this table. He unzips it, flips it open, looks at it. He's like, "Yeah, I've seen this stuff before." He pulls the clothes aside, finds the sex toys, puts those on the desk, runs the scanner over those, which doesn't trigger. Looks at this giant pelican case in the bottom. Basically takes up the whole thing. And I know that you have the grenades underneath that.
Yes.
And he's like, what's in there?
Well, pretty much more of the same. It's just the really, really high-end stuff that I wasn't supposed to open.
High-end sex toys.
Yeah, you don't want to know. And in fact, it'd be worth your while for you to insist on not knowing.
He kind of tilts his head to the side. What are we talking here?
Yeah. Let's say 3,000 New Yen.
Roll me negotiate.
Okay. 7 dice. Fucking Christ. I'm gonna post edge that.
Okay.
Horrible. But
He's like, Yeah, I think 3,000 yen is a sufficient donation to the hotel's service environment. I'm gonna have to check underneath it as well, just to make sure. I'll leave the case sealed. It's totally fine. So he lifts up the bag and he sees grenades and a gun.
Oh well, there's more smelly clothing.
Ah. He's like, "What's with the smelly clothing?"
You gotta sell it. It's the dirty laundry thing. Up and down, sideways.
All right, fine. I'll let you put the stuff back in, and he just walks out and leaves you in there.
Okay, so yes, Whipper stuffs everything back in and then heads up to the room.
Roll me perception before you head out.
Okay.
Three. Awesome. So you noticed that during that whole conversation, that when you started talking about ways to make this worth his while, that there was a camera up in the corner and it blinked off for a few seconds while you had that brief discussion, and then it blinked back red. So.
Okay. Fun.
But yeah, you're able to make it up to the room. You knock on the door. Probably disturb Patho's lair.
I let you in.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that was a lot tighter than I thought it was going to be.
I didn't have any problems.
Always making it hard. All right, so you've got probably at this point roughly 4.5 hours left on the compile. You've got you two are in the room. What's the plan? Is it waited out?
Well, there's a sprite that's getting compiled, and then we just gotta break into the room. I'm assuming it can be hacked. We do have hackers here, right?
Eventually.
And then we just put the thing in, and then we leave.
Don't worry, Lady Z. I've learned my lesson. I'm gonna make sure that your character gets a visitor's pass to Council Island. Don't worry. I won't do this again.
Yeah, I didn't realize that immediately y'all were gonna go over there. So I was just like, oh, everyone's moving now. I was like, okay. Now I'm in a really weird spot of
initially it was more like I was gonna go and just look around, and I did also then call Whipper, but I didn't expect Whipper to have problems at the security gate. Having two eyes walking around in the hotel is still better than just one set, because I assume you're more observant than I am.
Well, there was the other, which is bringing, like, when was the case coming? Was, I think, the other part of it.
Yeah, I think that was the issue, is the case came a lot sooner than I thought. I thought I was going to be there with the case to be like, woo, that's a perfectly normal case.
One way or another, I guess, like, mistakes were made. Let's move on. We made a mistake. We learned from the lesson. We are getting you a pass.
Excitement happened is what transpired here.
We live in interesting times.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys just chill out for about 4 hours, or basically scope out the lay of the land, or drink at the hotel bar.
Well, I have a bottle of champagne, and Whipper has a lobster dinner, probably cold.
So
it tastes like a bug.
What time is it in the mission right now?
It's probably around
like 11 and 2.
But yeah, it's probably around 11 o'clock.
Okay, yeah, 11 and 2. Okay.
So it really depends on what you guys are doing. If you're just going to kill time until you have a decker.
I'll walk down the hall, and then I'll walk up the other side of the hall, and then I'll take the stairs, which I assume are at the other end of the hall, and I'll go up to floor 3, and then I'll walk down the hall, and up the other side of the hall, and I'll just generally get a lay of the land.
Yeah, so the first floor, you eventually figure out that the one wing has the exercise room, the sauna, the bath area, the pool area. And the other wing has a restaurant and then a couple, actually just all restaurant. And so it's really the second and third floors are where the rooms are. There are conference rooms as well on the first floor. So that's what you find, it's getting the lay of the land. Is there a Jennifer Aniston on staff? Why, yes, absolutely. So yeah, yeah, you kill time. What about you, Whipper? You just eat the bug and...
I eat the bug, maybe bum some champagne, but basically chill. Waiting for the opportunity to do the thing.
Line up your grenades on the coffee table.
Just put them in the greatcoat.
Okay. Have little labels for each one that you've got, like this one's Bob, this one's Tina.
No, he doesn't go that far. He doesn't really have that many grenades. He just has a few.
Okay.
Flashbangs mostly.
Okay. And so yeah, you kill time. And when do you finish compiling the sprite fade?
Let's see. I started at 8, so 3 a.m.
Okay. So you get a message at 3 a.m. like, okay, I'm ready to come over. And you see all these messages of like, oh crap, we've got like dealing with security, and then dealing with getting over the border, and then dealing with security. Get kind of a running line on that stuff.
I just respond back. Is everyone alive still?
Last time I checked.
Okay. So things are smooth now.
Bugs taste good with soy butter and garlic.
They give you real butter at this place.
Ooh.
Yeah. So next. So you do tell Lady Z, hey, you're gonna need a work visa, or not, a tourist visa to get in.
All right.
If you contact the hotel, they shouldn't have any problems being able to set that up for you. They just need your SIN information that they can attach it to that.
Are you putting it with your room? Or are you suggesting getting a separate room?
If you want to come and associate yourself with my room, that's fine.
All right. So
like,
basically,
nothing else. Like, there's no reason to buy another room per se.
Yeah. So basically, I can effectively fake this in, or fake this visa.
Oh, you're gonna attempt to forge a visa, or are you gonna attempt to get a
Well,
forged?
no, I was gonna just trick the whatever sensor.
Okay. Yeah, you can totally do that as well.
Okay, yeah. I'll go that route. Gotta get warmed up.
All right. So you grab a taxi, or do you grab your own vehicle?
Do I have a vehicle?
I don't know if any of you have vehicles.
Yeah, I don't think I have a vehicle.
You have a getaway vehicle.
I have drones.
Just one.
I am gonna bring my fly spy, just in case.
Mhm.
Which is legal, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you
It's really
bringing?
weird to have legal, actually.
No, it's like a mini drone, right? Like
Yeah.
you can hear them.
I'm not bringing the cheetah. I want to, but I'm not.
Are you bringing so any guns? Any?
Just what do I have? I have a monofilament whip. That I'll bring. Actually, oh right, I'm not bringing the HK. That's gonna stay at home today. I could pass the sensor, but if I get patted down, it's not gonna work here. Yeah, whips are in style. No, the only reason I have a whip is because it has wireless, and wireless means I can use a machine sprite. So
This whips better because Sprite.
exactly.
It just diagnostics all of the things and just
Yeah, basically. Well, yeah, you put a skill point in a thing, and you just let diagnostics carry you and hope for the best.
All right, so yeah, you get to the border. You're pretty much just carrying like probably a go bag of some clothes and
Yeah.
basic essentials, but for the not really carrying anything that would be untoward. You hit the border. Roll me edge.
Alrighty.
Just your edge rating.
Just edge rating? Alright.
You roll up to the border, and one of the guards is like, wait, are you? And uses your old Idoru name.
Oh, okay. Zinni. Holy shit.
Zenny. Are you really Zenny?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I'm such a
haven't heard that
huge.
name in forever.
Are you gonna be doing a show on the island?
Maybe. I'm just doing a little bit of sightseeing right now, but that is definitely on the to-do list. I didn't realize there would be any interest.
Oh,
It's been a long time.
Growing up, I was a huge fan of yours.
Oh, thanks.
Like you changed my worldview.
Oh, you know, it brings me joy to hear that.
This is gonna be weird. Can I get your autograph?
Of course, of course.
You see him like run back to the sort of waiting area that Whipper had to stay at earlier for a little bit of time. And he comes out with the only thing he could find. He finds like like one of those medicine pouches.
Okay.
And he sort of lays out, if you could sign this, this would make my day.
Sure. Who do I make it out to?
Make it out to. I need to make a name up. Remy.
Remy?
Remy.
All right. So I'll sign it Zinni, and I'll say, much love, Remy. And I'll put a cute little heart there.
He waves you through. Like he's like, oh, it's so awesome. He doesn't even check your sin. He doesn't anything.
Oh, what a wonderful day.
Oh, yeah. As you're driving away, he waves.
I wave back. I mean, I'm gonna just take this in. I love childhood memories.
But yeah, you have no problem getting to the hotel. It's 3 a.m., so it's down to their skeleton crew. So there's no concierge. You still have the guard. You still have the people at the front desk. You walk through, not a problem, because nothing in there is going to set it off. Actually, I should roll the sensor on the monofilament.
All right. I'll be ready to.
It goes off. Go futz it.
Goes
Anytime I roll 8 dice, I'm rolling out of my mind. If I roll any other amount of dice, I screw up.
All right. Okay, that's fine. So it goes off. I can't undo that now. So that's fine.
You can hit it. I will allow, like, when you're going through, you probably would have preemptively went like.
Oh. That's gonna be Resonance Vel. I do not need a level 6 Resonance Vel. It's gonna be 4 minus. I need to put that in. Oh, whatever. I run a level 5, and I'll take a little bit of fade. Fuck. Yeah, I'm gonna run a 6 just in case. Maybe. Oh, 3 stun. But how many? Oh, 3 successes. Ooh. All right. Well, guess I got to
Give it a little bump.
give it a little bump. Yeah, postage. Let's see. That's 3 dice out of what, 10? Looks like.
Yeah, so you had 14 and right,
Oh, it's
6,
14
4,
right
and
there?
4. Oh no, the willpower separate, so it's
Oh.
10. You're right.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That's already.
Yeah. So you walk through. You notice it starts to flicker, and you just buzz it, and it stays on the normal green light.
Whew. All right.
So you're in.
I'm in.
You're able to meet with them. It's now probably 4 a.m. and the crew is together, and you've got a bomb, or a thing that you think is a bomb,
And a pile of dirty laundry, apparently.
and more sex toys than you know what to do with.
Yeah.
I'm sure that they have a laundry service. We can get that cleaned before we leave, right?
The clothes.
Yeah, the clothes as is. They're not going in my car.
Oh no. There is there are no doubt garbage receptacles in the halls that we can just deposit the clothes in.
So this box fits under our beds perfectly fine, right?
I
Oh,
hope.
you check it.
I think we should.
Yeah, we should probably see if it fits.
Doesn't fit. Although if you lift the mattress, you find that inside is sort of this crosswork set of particle board sort of lifts that keep the bed frame up, and you can basically pull aside and slide under there, and it does fit there. But you have to lift the mattress.
All right, so the while sleeping plan may be a bit tricky.
Yeah, that's not going to work now.
We need a mage with
Also-
levitate.
The ultimate air mattress.
I feel like I'm sleeping on air.
So there we go. I guess we wait until 10 in the morning for tomorrow. We go into his room. We put the case underneath. You put one sex toy on the pillow, and then we leave.
Well, it's going to take a little bit of time. It's time for me to leave this place because I only got a visa for 6 hours. So here's an idea. I leave my contraband here. I leave the island, and one of you spoofs me a freaking a visa so I get back on the island legally or semi-legally. And
Maybe,
then
can you boost up that temp visa? See if it lasts for like another 3 days.
Oh yeah, can I modify an existing visa license?
It sounds like an edit file, right?
Actually,
on the host,
yeah.
well, you can adjust the license itself. There'll be edit file and then forgery. Or
boy.
you can attempt to go on to the host that has issued the visa and do a renew on it. Those are your two sort of options.
I don't have forgery, so renew might actually be doing it the going through legitimate channels may actually be the best route here. Fuck it, I spent all this time on this drone on this sprite. Let's do it that way.
All right, you're gonna go hit the visa issuing host.
Yeah. This is gonna be. How much edge do I have left? I have 3 edge.
Hold on. It's okay. He's going to be rolling more than 8 dice, so you're fine.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
Worst case scenario, I have edge I can afford to burn. I don't want to, but the option's there.
Just think, the bigger the host, the more karma you get at the end.
Yeah, karma to
Just
rebuy that.
artificially inflate those opposed dice pools, right?
Yeah. Alrighty. Well. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and drop in. I'm gonna go ahead and get my sprite out. All right, Fissure, we got work to do.
You can do a matrix perception to see what size the host is.
That's a good call. I'm gonna do that. I did not put the thing in here. Wait, yeah, I did. Yes, I did. All right. Oh yeah. So I'm in the Matrix.
So you lay out on the bed.
Yeah, I lay out on the bed. I'm just like, hey, I'll be right back.
You can tell it's a rating 8 host.
Rating 8 host. All right. We can do this. This is fine.
You sure you don't, I could just leave and then come back? That would be pretty simple.
I'm in the Matrix. Can't hear you.
You send a message. I mean, it's 400 new yen to get a hotel room, and they will issue a visa. Okay, let's hack this thing.
Let's do it.
I mean, I guess at that point you could straight up call from my hotel room, say, "Hey, look, Bill Murray is coming in," or whatever your new SIN name is at this point. I don't know if you have multiple. Can you issue a? Can you get me a room and issue a visa for me, please? That would be great, thanks. And then just move like 2 doors down the hall, and everything is fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna send a message. I'm like, this host is looking kind of tough before I put my hand in the trap.
Let's do this legit. We don't need any more complications than we already have.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's been too hot of a day. So I'm gonna. All right.
I had all my 19 dice all raring to go.
I bet. I was like, you know what? Nah.
If it makes you feel any better, when I rolled those 15 dice to go and re-roll my failures on my negotiation, I rolled 1 success.
I know.
So it's not just you.
Yeah.
All right,
But you
so
never know.
you call the front desk. Front desk says, "Oh yeah, we've got another room. Do you need a tourist visa?" Would you say yes? I absolutely will be able to get you lined up. And so it's 400 new yen a night. So you know that Pathos had bought 2 nights, I believe. And so the question is, how many nights are you buying?
We only need one more night in this dump, right?
Well, it'd be tonight, because you wouldn't be able to check in yet.
Okay.
And then
Yeah, but presumably the moment he says like yes, and they start sending the paperwork through, the visa is going to be there. So all we need is a new visa to be in place once the old tempo visa expires, and then we're fine. Because all you need to do is be able to leave.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you're doing it on the same name, so like it'll issue again. So like once your visa's pinged, they're like, oh yeah, you've got 18 hours remaining.
Yep.
So yeah, that should be fine.
yeah, so if you get the visa, the visa would end up being good until 4 p.m. If you did for just the one night, but if you bought 2 nights, it would be good until 4 p.m. the following day.
All right. I'm going to check our target room with Matrix Perception.
Okay, it's probably what, 3 a.m., 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Thereabouts.
Okay. Give me Matrix Perception.
Gee, I'm consistent, if nothing else.
That's true. Yeah, you take a quick peek in, and you find there are 2 comlinks in the room, plus the other normal hotel-y stuff like fire suppression, door locks, that type of stuff.
Okay.
Every room has a safe as well. Like there's a couple like ordinary hotel things,
Okay.
but they're 2 comlinks.
All right. 2 comlinks. All right. All right. So,
Well, with 3, I'll even
complications,
tell you what
though.
they are. One's a rating 6 and one's a rating 3.
One's a rating 6 and one's a rating 3.
Yep.
All right. So there's 2 comlinks, which may be 2 people or just one particularly, especially protected person. Which with a rating 6 and a rating 3, that makes sense. What do you think? I say send my my fly spy in there and see what I can find.
The rating 3 is obviously Janis Joplin.
I hope not, because I'm gonna send my drone in there.
All right, so you're gonna send your drone out ahead of time.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick my my sprite in there just so I have a set of eyes, basically, so I can see through my sprite.
Okay, and you're
Because
not
I'm not a real rigger, so like I have to actually finesse it.
you don't have the not echo. Yeah, echo for
Yeah,
rigging.
I don't have the rigging echo. I've got skin link.
I'm a big fan of Skin Link.
It's so useful.
I know.
It's very nice.
So yeah,
Oh, your wireless is off? Not anymore.
you issue a command and say, all right, go sprite go, or go drone go.
Yeah. Go drone go. I think since I am sticking in there, that is going to take a service off. Yeah.
I don't even know what phrasing it was anymore because I wasn't watching the chat. So yeah, you send the drone on. Roll me the pilot of the drone. Do you have any autosofts on it?
Nope. Actually, let me double check. I might be stupid and have it ran without autosofts, which I do. Oh no, I do not have autosofts on it. That's unfortunate.
It's a fly spy. Most people aren't necessarily going to notice. The chances are, unless you're actively looking for.
Well, I was going to run it into the. I was going to try to run it through the vents.
Oh, then that's a problem.
Oh, right, because sensors. Fuck. Yeah, no.
Not even just that, but oftentimes those vents do have a whole pile of wire networks going through them specifically to stop people from doing exactly what we're trying to do right now.
Okay, I'll go through the hallway. I'll take it across the walls, I guess.
Does it have realistic features?
Yes, it does have realistic features.
Okay.
That's the key component there. Actually, what can I do? I mean, my sprite might actually be able to cover my back a little bit.
Yeah, I mean you're telling the sprite to aid it or diagnostic it.
It's not diagnostic. It's not a machine sprite. Actually, yeah. Let's. Can I roll that back and actually just conjure up a quick machine sprite?
Sure.
All right. Cool.
I mean, half the time you're sort of thinking through this on the fly, and if we were really Shadowrunners, you probably would be knowing ahead of time. So
I'm out of the loop for a bit. Oh shit.
And what level do you want?
4.
Let's try that with actually 4, not 1. Oh, that sprite did really well. That sprite tells you no. No!
Yeah, it did.
But you do fade resist, so it's totally fine.
Alright. Let's try that one more time.
Gonna make it a 5?
No. I'm gonna keep it at 4.
Okay, so you'll be at a minus to your dice pool for retrying a failure.
Oh right. What's my minus there gonna be?
I believe it's -2 for retry a failure.
Okay.
Or you can try a different level and not take the -2.
All right.
That's the dirty trick.
Fair enough. I'll do it 5 then.
Okay, dirty Shadowrun tricks. I roll a 1. Alright, so you have 4 services for this sprite, and it is a rating. Oh, wait. Is that a glitch? Nope. Oh, I already had... 1 glitch is enough, right? So, yeah, you get 4 services, you take 1 stun.
Take 1 stun?
Yep.
Ouch. Yeah. Slight migraine.
Like, ow.
Yeah. I mean, that's 2 stun already. I mean, that's doubled the amount of stun I had. That hurts. I'm very fragile.
So yeah, you've got a sprite riding diagnostics on the drone.
Yeah.
Let's give me a pilot aircraft as it goes into the room.
All right. So diagnostics. That's just standard test.
And it uses its pilot.
Yeah. Level. Here's the diagnostics roll. Wait, really?
You got your limit.
Wow, that's
Wow. All right.
In fact, it dropped a die.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it did. Holy shit. That's fortunate. All right. So that's going to be 5 dice, 1 extra limit. So, this is my pilot, right?
That would be your pilot. Will be the pilot on the vehicle. So
Yeah. So it's gonna be pilot is really fucking low on this 3.
yeah, it's. I mean, it does well enough. Really, you're just looking
Yeah.
for a success or 2. And
Well,
you gave it diagnostic.
Yeah, and I gave it diagnostics, which is ridiculous. So it's going to be 3 plus the hits, isn't it? And then with the limit goes up to 4.
Correct, because it would be an assist, sort of.
Yeah.
Well, it raises the limit because it's a diagnostic.
Yeah, so it's 8 total dice that I'm rolling.
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna reroll 7 of those.
Damn. Yeah, some weird ass luck on roll 20 today.
Oh, well, even worse. Oh, 3 successes. That's about as good as it's gonna get anyway.
So yeah, you it bumps into the door, but not very hard, and then it sort of slips underneath the door and into the room.
All right. And what do I see?
All right, roll me electronic warfare as you look through the sensors, and because you've got the sprite, feel free to add that sprite bonus to the E-War.
All right. So I'm rolling my personal electronic warfare to see through the sprite?
Yep.
Okay. I was not aware I'd do that. Okay. This might be bad. Yeah, it is.
6th had to use perception, and 5th had to use E-War for using sensors.
Oh, right.
It's optional. You can use either or with sensors.
That's true.
Well, because I'm seeing through my sprite. I can see what my sprite sees, so my sprite has to roll E-War. Because I can't actually see what the drone sees.
Because you're getting messages from your sprite.
Yeah, I'm getting messages from my sprite. That's the only way I'm getting any feedback to my drone. But the drone does have a camera.
Yeah.
So that's how to roll E-War for my sprite, which is what okay, yeah. I hope this fucking sprite has E-War.
It's a machine sprite, right?
Yes, it should have. It should have.
I believe it has E-War on a machine sprite. Because I think that's what you would use for noise generation as well.
Machine sprite, skills, E-War, yes. Okay. Cool. So just what's that data? No, data process has nothing to do with it. It's just going to be level plus level, I guess. Or what's the roll for E-War for when your machine does it?
It'd be just 2 times the
2 times level.
Skill rank is your
2 times level.
All right, 2 times level. Okay, cool. So I'll just technomancy, test, zoom.
4 successes, fantastic. Yeah, you look around the room. You're able to see 2 lumps in a bed. Does your drone have low light?
No.
Okay. You can see 2 lumps in a bed.
I can see 2 lumps in the bed.
One is big, one is small.
All right, so we got a big spoon, little spoon situation here. So they're here. I guess the real question is how do you want to play this now that knowing that there's 2 people in the room? Obviously, wait till they leave, I'm sure, but I could probably just park the drone somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. You just park the drone, have it constantly send a feed, give you a notification like, oh, by the way, now they have left the room, we're fine to go in. In the interim, you could take a look at my comlink, because the key is on my comlink, see how they've set the security system up, and possibly make it so that it'll work on their door. I'm sure there's something you can do with them in that. It's probably just like an edit to change the room number that's associated with. It's probably just a generic key that way.
Okay.
Unless we're told otherwise by the GM. But I mean, like, this is how it was that I would think that, like, they're just easy. Like, here, have your key. It's gonna work, no problem. Everything's fine, right, guys?
Mhm.
It's also somebody has
then-
resonance fail as well.
But yeah, once
We
they're
got ways of it.
gone, I don't necessarily imagine very much of a problem. Just slip in, deliver the package, slip out.
All right, seems legit. And this is why I'm glad I used a registered sprite. So like,
Otherwise, it'd be getting all of the.
yeah, because I wasn't gonna
Watch.
sit here in static bell the entire time. Just, yep. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna park the fly spy. Yeah, I'm gonna crawl it slowly under the bed
Okay.
and have it pointing out toward the door. I'm gonna tell my drone to ping me if the motion sensor goes off,
Okay.
and to start the microphone to record.
Okay.
Okay, and I'll just save that to my comlink because thank goodness I have that comlink.
So
My only source of data.
So at this point, probably you all sort of crash at some point in the room to at least get a little bit of shut eye, because it's like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Around 7 a.m., your motion sensor trips on the drone, and it starts recording a whole bunch of information. Does it send you a notification, or do you just let
Yeah,
it
I did
record?
ask for it to send me a ping whenever it to send me a notification whenever the motion sensor went off.
So yeah, you get a ping, and it starts recording both sound and video. You
Alright.
you kind of get that information relayed to you. I'm not going to
Okay.
make you roll for it. And you do get 2 distinct voices. You see a cam of what appears to be a child sort of hops down, and you hear voices of like, "All right, Daddy, is it time to go into the office today?"
Jesus fuck.
And they get ready, and then right around probably 8:30 they leave.
I'm gonna keep this information to myself.
Okay.
I didn't let y'all know that I was recording, and that's gonna be for everyone's best interest. I will carry this burden alone. Jesus fuck.
It wouldn't be Shadowrun if it didn't make morally ambiguous
Yeah.
decisions.
You know, you go in expecting an orc and an elf, you get a father and child. Alright. Well, fucking hell. And you just kind of hear, like, Lady Z wakes there, she's just like, alright, they left.
All right. So it's go time. We can stick this case in there and get out. And quite frankly, that was all we were supposed to do, is put the case underneath the bed.
Yep, let's just get in there and get the hell out. Deliver them these flowers and go.
All right, and so you head over there. Do you wait until like 9, or do you wait till 10? I think your original plan was 10.
So I was just throwing time out there. I think it would be probably better to wait until after room service. The maid service goes through, so that it's not accidentally found by the cleaning crew and alert somebody else. So I mean, if it is a bomb, which we don't know it's a bomb, so that it doesn't get the wrong target, and the Johnson doesn't get mad at us as a result. Which I would imagine that's a perfectly logical thing. You send a bomb, you want to go and get a person, and the maid blows up. We're not going after the maid. Or is he?
Maybe he is going after the maid.
Damn,
So, yeah, after the turn down service goes through.
Okay. So you wait. They go through around noon because you've got the video feed, so you see when they go through. They leave probably around 1 p.m.
All right.
So you grab the case, walk down the hall. You see as they're heading further down the V. Give me your way into the room.
All right.
Also, maybe if there's any cameras that are along the hallway, somewhere along that V.
Um,
Yeah, you disable those.
there are cameras.
Oh,
So your
or
matrix
spook
detection.
them, or loop them. Loop the feed. There we go. That's the term. Loop the feed.
Your matrix detection. You find cameras at the end of the V, and also
Okay.
a cluster in the center where the elevator bank is.
Okay, that's a lot of cameras.
So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 cameras.
4 cameras that I need to fucking loop. Okay. How do I want to pull this off?
Unless you have a way to sneak the case and you're really just dealing with a couple cameras.
Well, like, the issue I'm running into right here is, I'm one person. My sprite is one sprite.
Whipper can walk the case. I mean, that's not a big deal.
Oh, yeah,
If you can-
here's a static
Oh,
now
shit.
for my machine sprite.
Okay.
All right. So I'm still at -2 for focusing now. Or rather for being distracted. Jesus, how do I want to fucking do this?
Carefully.
Yeah, that's the trick, is carefully. I mean, obviously the best way to go about this would be just be going to where the data is being received and have that loop, as opposed to hacking 4 individual cameras. Because with how I think edit file actually works. Which means I have to go in and hack this place. Actually, how long will it be on each camera? Or will multiple cameras, or will it be, does it look like we would be on multiple cameras at once?
Alternatively, hold on. Rather than hacking each individual camera, I assume it all goes back to one central host for the hotel. You could just hack the host so that it repeats the sensory information that is received from all of the cameras. Or
Yeah,
the
that's what I was
cameras on
thinking.
this floor, so you're only hacking the host, not each individual device.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, is doing just a host. Yeah, fine. How bad could it be?
Easy peasy. You got a giant sprite.
I do have a giant sprite. I need to put some work into Fisher. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and lay back down, and we're gonna VR this shit. And I'm bringing Fisher with me.
I mean,
We're gonna crack the walls.
matrix perception would tell you that the host is a rating 6.
All right, I'll go for it. We're gonna have to go for it. Alrighty.
So, could be worse. It could be better.
It could be worse. It could definitely be better. Alrighty, so I'm in the VR. Alright, so how am I getting to this host? Am I gonna have to like VR walk through this facility to get to the host, or am I able to
No, you can see it actually. You can see it just with a quick matrix perception. So it's sitting there hovering up above.
Oh, okay. So I can just go straight for it.
Yeah, it's on the same grid that you happen to be on because you're right there.
Perfect.
No noise because you're right next to it.
All right, let's do this. Alrighty.
Hack on the fly, brute force.
Hack. I'll hack on the fly with Fisher. Crack sprites get a little bit different stuff. Yeah, sleeves +3. So yeah, I definitely want to go hack on the fly.
Okay.
Alrighty. Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, so you got a mark.
All right, that's 1 mark.
What does your mark look like?
Oh shit, what was it in the other one? Oh man, I forgot.
Lipstick.
Was it a kissy face? I think it was a kissy
I think it
face.
was a kissy face.
Yeah, it's a little kissy face. Little smoochies. Alrighty. And so that's 1. Edit file requires 1 mark.
Yeah.
Alright. Computer plus logic.
So you slide in to the host. You give me a matrix search to find the camera feed. You could also try to find the door locks as well if you didn't want to resonance fail the door locks.
Yeah.
Might as well log in here.
Definitely going to need to get in the door without breaking it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it'd be preferable.
Whipper can totally break the door for you, but it's going to kind of give things away.
And the sprite doing it would be what? Data processing and computer for the search?
Search is going to be...
I'll just do it. I can just do it by eye. I'll do it myself.
Okay. Yeah, it's generally not too bad.
Yeah, it's just matrix perception, yeah?
When you get into the host, it looks like I had said before, it looks like a generalized hotel layout. You do see security personnel moving about, which you recognize as ICE and spiders.
Jesus Christ, my matrix perception was garbage.
So yeah, it doesn't take much, right? You're able to find the camera feeds. You are able to find the different room controls.
All right.
Just needed 1 hit to find it. Nothing was hidden.
Cool. So now it's just time to get my my sprite to get to cracking. All right. So, all right, magic sprite or crack sprite. Gonna go ahead and edit file on the cameras, which is going to be computer logic. Should be data processing and computer here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, data processing and computer. These dice pools are fucking nuts.
Going for a rated 7. So yeah, you're able to loop the cameras. You can hit the door locks.
Yep, gonna go ahead and hit the door locks next. That's gonna be. Is that all?
Luckily, these are legal actions.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's fine. All right. All right, because these are in the list of legal. Yeah.
Yeah, editing file, totally fine.
Yeah. It was just the. All right. Anyway.
And then you're gonna want to hide, because the spider comes through and starts knocking on your door.
Yeah.
Well, on your persona.
Yeah, I don't need that happening at all. So for the door locks, that's going to be edit file. No, it's going to be...
It'll be edit file or spoof command.
Yeah. Spoof command, okay. Hacking intuition. Cool. Sleeves again. God damn it. Spend my last edge. That's 4 out of a lot of dice.
That's it.
Another 13.
Yeah. This better work.
Yeah, that's
Alright, cool.
Yep. So you're able to loop it. Just looking at time. No problem. So you are able to haul the thing in. You get it under the bed, no problem. For Whipper, you guys decide it's probably time to check out, unless Pathos decide to basically hold the room and a second night.
I've already paid for it. I may as well sell the lie by sticking around.
Okay.
So, you guys can send me my money later. I'll, assuming I get off the island in one piece.
Yes, Whipper is eager to leave now
Because
that the mission is done.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably flowers, y'all. It's probably flowers. Maybe it's. I hope it's not a puppy. Maybe it's a robo puppy. Yeah, it's probably a robo puppy in there. No problem. It's fine. Some puppy in there.
I mean, it was sealed up with all that tape that's supposed to hermetically seal it, more or less.
Yeah,
If it
experimental.
was a puppy. Better hope it has its own air supply in there.
It's an illegally bred cryo puppy. Duh.
It's a puppy that only fits in a 12-centimeter high box.
Well, yeah, it's a puppy. It's illegally bred. It's just like out of character, Firefly with River. You know,
It is a puppy with chimeric adaptations. There you go.
there you go. Exactly.
So do you leave the fly spy in the room, or do you bring the fly spy with you?
Yeah, I'll bring the flash spy with me when I leave. I don't want to see. I don't want any more information about what happens in this room.
Okay.
I've already seen and found out way too much.
Yeah, the video
Yeah.
you received was basically from the knees down, so it was really hard to tell anything about these folks other than there was a small person and an adult.
Yeah. And like, true, like the small person saying "daddy" could have said that in a variety of ways.
Yeah,
so
you got the sense of child and parent.
Yeah.
You didn't get the sense of, daddy.
Make a sentence of a maintenance call. Not Janis Joplin.
Not Janis Joplin. So you are able to you finish off the mission basically. You two are able to take the visas that you had, get off the island. Patho follows afterwards with no problem. There was no explosion either that had occurred, and when you check the news the next couple days, you don't see any deaths or anything related to Council Island, and so not quite sure what really went on there, but you delivered a package.
Yep.
And you were able to get
Don't
off.
have a get on my conscience. That's all that matters.
When you call up Covenant's like, fantastic, you guys did exactly what I asked. You delivered the package.
Now that it's all said and done, may I ask what was in the package?
Oh, absolutely not. Sorry, that's confidential.
There was no explosion, and it was hermetically sealed so that no gases or scents escape. And we already know about the questionable maintenance. It was obviously scented massage oils.
So
that doesn't help anything that I saw in that any better. It does. It literally makes things worse. A bomb would have just been better.
they do. He does say like, I do appreciate it. Feel free to contact me again. I'll definitely keep you all in mind for future runs. This was expertly done, very professional. Your cred sticks can be found at, and he gives you the name of a restaurant called the Hole in the Wall down in West Seattle, and says, go there, ask for the blue plate special. They will deliver you your cred sticks. So when all is said and done, you do pull away 40,000 Nuya.
All right.
You also gain. Let me do the 1, 5, 6, 7, 8. You get 7 karma.
All right.
You gain a contact with Covenant, who is a connection 3. A shadow asset. You also, for Whipper specifically, you gain connection with Nini.
Nini.
which is a Connection 4 triad.
Connection 4. Nice.
So any questions as we wrap up? And I'm perfectly willing to tell you all the behind the scenes if you want.
I'm curious if I got a kid killed.
No. What was in there was some illicit goods that were being transferred between Covenant and whoever was staying in the room, which was not an Az technology.
Oh, okay.
But another corporate interest. You were
Go ahead.
you were right that it was a corporate interest, but it wasn't Az technology.
All right.
I'm kind of curious what the story was with the actual maintenance company.
The lodge got tired of being infiltrated by Shadowrunners, so they hired a Shadowrunner maintenance company. So there are,
Okay.
if you would have went in that way, it would have set off a huge amount of alarms.
So the maintenance company is actual Shadowrunners?
Yeah.
Doing actual maintenance?
They subcontract to actual maintenance people, but the company itself was run by Shadowrunners.
Wow, so they got Shadowrunners to basically make phone calls.
Pretty much. They will go in as well, so they do.
So we could have just like seen how much it would have cost to pay someone to just drop this off in that room. And
Yeah,
they're Shadowrunners, so they'd have been like, yeah, this is fine.
That is also true.
That's the real way to Shadowrun, ladies and gentlemen. Is you just
It's like, yes, we will take your money and then immediately subcontract it.
It's exactly right. Hopefully you guys had fun.
Congratulations, you have upgraded from Shadowrunner to Fixer.
If you can get yourself out of the line of fire, like, absolutely.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm gonna start doing that more often as a runner. Just like, you know what? I know a guy that needs some money.
All right, so
That's legitimately how all good faces retire. They're like, I am tired of getting shot every single week.
So as it stands,
I get
a couple minutia. So we're moving this so that we're going to do it at a regular cadence as opposed to whenever I can find time. So it'll be the third Saturday of each month. We'll run whoever's available. We've got a rotating cast if necessary.
Okay.
In addition, Sarah, who runs Rem Alternis, is going to do book readings periodically on the channel. So if you enjoy Shadowrun books, she's going to read the prologue or the first chapter of these on Twitch. So you'll be able to experience that.
That's neat.
What else?
One thing, though, about the third Saturday of each month, the third Saturday of June is also the Origins Online. So it might have some issues with that.
Yeah, because I'm running that weekend too. So that weekend we may have to shift it. So I'm already going to screw up the schedule on the first month. Woo! But yeah, Origins Online is coming up. So if people want to play games, I know a number of Catalyst demo agents have decided they're going to run, even though we don't have an official presence there. So we're going to run a whole bunch of Shadowrun, and there's going to be a whole bunch of other games as well. Going through the Shadowcaster network. So go through SRMO if you're curious to grab games or grab it. The better way is through Origins Online, which I believe registration is free.
Okay.
Awesome.
Actually,
I believe. I'm not quite sure on it because it's still pretty early in the game on that one.
okay.
I haven't looked into it myself. I just know what it is that I'm running, and I'm probably running far too much that weekend for my own mental stability.
I'm only running 3 missions, so
I'm running 5.
Jesus.
that's a long time to sit at a machine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's already June.
4 hours Friday
Yeah,
and
third
8
weekend in
hours
June.
on both the Saturday and Sunday.
In person, I run 36 hours, so.
Jeez.
All right, so we've got that. Also, every Saturday morning, Sarah's running D&D. So if you're curious about some D&D, she goes through and actually teaches some of the behind the scenes for the roles, and they dig into the mechanics of it. But they're running through the beginner box.
Which edition is she taking people through? Fifth, the most recent one?
Yeah, the most recent one, fifth head. So, all right. Anybody have any closing thoughts before we close the stream?
Not really.
Nope.
Well, I did kind of play Whipper a little bit dumber than he is for this, but I just wanted to see, just for the comedy value, what it would be like just to try and sleaze through NAN security.
You made it through, but it cost a little bit of edge. But that's that's kind of the way it operates.
I only
You
had
also get a lobster dinner out of it.
and a lot of money too, basically.
Yeah, I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was super funny. I enjoyed it. Well, cool. I appreciate everybody's time. I thought it was fun. I had a great time. And we will see you next time in the shadows.
That was a pretty good game for just 3 hours. Damn.